welcome to Tango at Home.
Today we will be working on back sacadas for leaders and followers. We have some exercises and some super important technical details, so join us.
Let's go.
As you saw already, we have three different back sacadas. One for the leader, which is the first one, and then two different ones for the follower. In order to master this sequence, let's break it into pieces and practice each back sacada individually.
So we go side, here we will change, and let's say that now we want to go for the back sacada. Have your standing leg relaxed. You will need the space that the knee creates to gain angle in the sacada. If you have the standing leg stiff, your sacada leg can only go there. But the more it relaxes, the more space it gives to my other leg to come further forward, let's say. So in this moment, you want your leg relaxed to gain this space that is created here and not here. See how back my leg is pushed by the standing leg if I have it stiff here. And another tip is don't go in the sacada like this with the heel. You will bump your follower out. Instead go with the toes, and then of course you will roll back to the heel. It's like a normal step. But don't rush to go whoop with the heel. Another tip for the leaders when they want to do their sacada. In the beginning of the sequence we have this sacada. Look how I go away from my partner, away to then go in. Okay? Don't take the same line as your partner, because then your axes are too close for the sacada to happen.
In the first sacada of the followers, there is an important part that many leaders are missing. Pay attention here. If we draw some lines, an X and Y axis, look that I'm stepping further away than Rita. If this is where I'm stepping and this is where Rita is stepping, there is this difference that is really important because it will allow the sacada to happen and it will allow her step to be around me and not onto my axis. Let's look at it from another angle and try to spot that before the sacada I'm stepping further away than her.
For the followers, make sure that when you are going for the sacada, first you collect your feet, you finish your pivot till the end, and only after you project your leg, arriving to your toes.
When leading the back sacada to the follower, try keeping your hips with the line of the legs, parallel with the line of the legs, because rotating the hips will rotate your free leg and cause your heel to go down, creating less space for the follower to step on the sacada.
let's say that you see is about to turn and go for the sacada. Don't try to stay with your partner and do this. Still, there is not enough space. Turn your look around. Boom. So that she has the space to enter the sacada.
Adding all these pieces together, we create the final sequence that contains all the 3 sacadas. Now, let's see another version of the same sequence that has also a small adorno for the follower.
Let's start by talking about the projection of my free leg. So, when I want to project my free leg, I don't simply stretch my leg back. When I project my free leg, I also project a little bit of my axis. So, this is the motion. And then I don't have to transfer my weight because I also might want to come back again to the same point, to the beginning. So, make sure that first you receive the intention of your leader. You acknowledge your standing leg, you push from your standing leg to be able to release your free leg, and at the same time you project a bit your axis. Okay? And now for the free leg, make sure not to leave it there, but imagine that you have a string on the back part of your knee and someone is pulling that string. Alright, so don't leave it there, activate, and also activate your core and increase the distance between your hip and your rib cage. So once again, I acknowledge, I push the floor for my standing leg, and I project my axis and stretch my leg, stretch my knee, stretch my foot. Alright, so if you see from a different perspective, this is what you will see. Again, there. And always think in opposite directions. So if my leg is going in a diagonal down, I will think on a diagonal up from my chest. So it's not about opening the rib cage is always closed, but I'm going to think in opposite directions. And I come back and stretch and come back. So you can do this exercise of thinking on opposite directions and projecting a bit your axis and bring it back, and again going there and bring it back. So after I project my leg, I will need to arrive to my toes when I'm doing the sacada. So be careful on the sacada not to go to your heel too fast, alright? Otherwise you will fall. So the idea is that we project, we arrive to our toes, and then from there we collect, alright? So one more time, I project my leg, arrive to my toes, and then I can collect. On this direction, if you see, first I project, arrive to my toes, and then I collect. So avoid going there, alright? We need to control our core, control our upper body, our frame, project, collect. One more time, project, collect. One more time, project, go to your toes, and collect. The next exercise is to help you to do the fast pivots that I do during the sequence. So, in this moment where I go forward, pivot, and back sacada. So the first thing is to always have your core active, but be careful not to squeeze your pelvis. Your pelvis, you want it to be relaxed. Because if I squeeze, I'm contracting all the muscles, so then I won't be able to release. So release your pelvis, but activate your core. Now the second thing is that after you do the pivot, you always want to have your feet together, okay, to be able to rotate in your own axis. And the third important thing is to use your frame. So in this point, the leader will activate the frame, and to that action you will react. So it will be this contraction on the embrace, which will help you to transfer the energy from this action-reaction to your core. All right? Now, as an exercise, and I'm going to show you forward, and then I turn my back so that you can follow me. We are going to go forward step, don't forget your dissociation, pivot, and go back. So after I pivot, don't release your core, don't finish here. You keep the activation, and we go back. Okay? Also, after I finish this pivot, I'm going to go for this back sacada. So if you see in lines, I will work the forward step and the pivot in this line, but my back sacada will be in this line. Alright? I show one more time. So forward step, pivot, and now again I pivot and I go with my back step towards you. There. Alright? So if I show with my back, we are going to go forward, pivot, pivot, sacada. One more time. Forward, pivot, pivot, sacada. Always use the inner thighs going in. Alright, so avoid opening your legs. You always want to have the sensation towards the inside. This will help you control your axis and your pivots as well. Alright, let's go one more time. And forward, pivot, and go back. For the last exercise, we are going to work the embellishment, the bolero, and finish in the back sacada. So I want you to start by doing a forward step. Make sure that you stretch your free leg, that you have your dissociation, and you are going to bring your foot there. One more time, we release the free leg, and we unblock our knee. One more time, there. Good. From this point, we are going to use now the pivot to help us finishing the adorno. Forward step. As soon as we arrive to this point here, what I will do, I will pivot pass through the center and recollect. One more time. Forward step and recollect. Showing you in this direction so that you can follow me. We go forward step and we collect. One more time. Forward step, release, pivot, collect. Good. After this point, we are going to do the bolero. So we are going to finish it with the feet together. And what you want to think is to bring the knee first. Always, always the knee first. Pass front and we kick back. One more time. Bring the knee. Release forward. Make sure that when you release, you don't go forward there. You use the least space needed. Okay? And the legs always together. Bolero, collect. So one more time. Let's bring the knee. Use the least space possible in front. Bolero. And bolero. And bolero. Now let's combine these two elements with the back sacada. So we will start by forward step, adorno, bolero, and back sacada. One more time. Forward step, adorno, bolero, back sacada. During the sequence, I use this adorno up in the air. It's exactly the same thing. I will just simply lift my leg. So from here I go forward step and up, bolero, back sacada. One more time in slow motion. I will go forward, activate everything. In this moment I start bringing the leg up, go in, again there, rotate, and back sacada.
And that was all for today. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below or send us a message. We hope you liked it, and if you did, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so that you know when we upload a new video. A new video will be coming this Thursday by Sara and Juanpi, who will upload and work on their musicality of this step.
Also, every Saturday we have our Tango online class, which now has a new time, 5:30, so you can enjoy the good weather outside for the followers, and at 6:15 for the leaders. And as always, we have our Tango Fika, Tango online, every Sunday at 4 p.m. Stockholm time, so join us. Till then, have a wonderful week,
Have a
and
wonderful
see you
week.
soon.
Bye bye.
Hej då!
Down below or send us a message.
And back bottom. Sure that when you project your black,